welcome to practice. Today we will explore Udana Vayu. So Udana Vayu is this ascending force, the force that is responsible for our hunger to grow spiritually, to evolve. It's located in the throat area, and it's an upwards moving force. So basically moving the energies from the lower chakras up to the higher chakras, releasing the density of those parts of our energetic body, and moving towards expansion of awareness. So moving upwards and expanding. This is Udana. So we're going to explore it today through an inversions practice with a little bit of laterals, backbends, and dropping into a little bit of all the pose categories to prepare the body for this upward moving of the energy. And for that, we're also going to be using a little bit of Uddiyana Bandha to get this energy moving up the throat and the head. So to help with that project, we're going to be adding on the Gayatri mantra, which speaks a lot about that ascension of the energy also, talking about moving from the lower planes of existence into the higher planes of existence. So going from the bhuva, and moving towards the svaha. So we're going to be adding that in the sequence, in the asana, and putting it into our Kriya meditation at the end to assist with this idea and this intention of moving energy, awareness, consciousness up to the higher realms of awareness. So it's because of the type of energy that we're cultivating, ideally, this is not an evening practice, so ideally doing this practice in the morning. In terms of the stages of the Hatha Yoga practice, this practice is leaning a little bit more towards the fire stage of the practice, leaning towards the use of very important and powerful tools as bandhas, mantras, yantras, and so on. So still very fiery energy and very inwards and subtle work. So it requires a lot of our attention and concentration. So have your usual props with you, 2 blocks, 1 strap, pillow, or anything you need for meditation. We're going to have some pranayama meditation at the end. So let's get started. Standing. Stand in the front of your mat into your Tadasana, settling into your body, grounding through your feet, relaxing the knees. We're going to start very simple here with a few movements, raising the arms up. So inhale, lift both arms out and up. And with the exhalation, lowering the arms down slowly, palms facing down. We're going to work dynamically and introduce the mantra. So I'm going to chant on the inhalation, and you can chant the mantra vocally on the exhalation. So inhaling, raising the arms, exhaling, lowering them down. So here we go. Inhale. Om Bhurvubha Suvah. Exhale mantra. Om Bhurvubha Suvah. Inhale. Tat Savitur Varenyam. Exhale. Tat Savitur Varenyam. Inhale. Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi. Exhale. Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Breathing in. Diyo yona prachodayate. Exhale. Diyo yona prachodayate. Pause. Concentrate your attention on lengthening the spine through the crown of the head, lengthening up to the sky, following this direction of Udana moving upwards from the lower realms to the higher realms. Still feeling your feet grounded into the floor, but growing and expanding up. Amazing. On your next inhalation, raise the arms up above the head one more time. With the arms extended, biceps by the ears, bend the knees a little bit. Exhale to fold forward into your Uttanasana. Deepen the bend on the knees. Inhale to come all the way up. Exhale again to fold forward. Keeping your arms extended, inhale to a halfway lift, long spine, chin towards the chest. Exhale here and stabilize. Taking a big breath in through the chest. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, breathing up, all the way up to standing, keeping the arms extended. And exhale, hinging from the hips, fold forward. Slow and steady. Arms extended, flat spine. Inhale to your halfway lift. Exhale, lengthen through the top of the head. Take a big breath in through the chest, stay. And breathing out, lengthen. One more big breath in, feeling the chest. On the next exhalation, lower down to the floor, Uttanasana. Inhale, press yourself back up to standing. And one more time, building up the exhalations on the half lift. So exhale, fold forward. Inhale up to halfway lift, straight spine. Exhale to ground, adjust. We skip the count of 3 and we go into the count of 4 breaths, full inhalations and exhalations. Strong spine. Focus into the chest breathing. Challenging the strength of the spine. Ground through the legs. On your next exhale, lower down, Uttanasana. Bend the knees. Inhale, leading from the thumbs, flat back, back to standing. Exhale, lower the arms to the sides, pause. Lift the crown of the head to the sky, feeling the earth. Inhale, raise the arms up above the head one more time. Option to have your feet together or feet hip width, placing maybe a block between your thighs if you want to use a little bit of support for the activation of the legs. Exhale to sit into your Utkatasana chair pose. Shift the weight of the body to the heels. Biceps by the ears, slight tuck of the tailbone under. Squeezing your block with your thighs to create activation on the legs to sustain the posture, stabilizing the sacrum and creating a little bit of length on the spine, to clear this pathway of Sushumna, this pathway that moves Udana upwards towards the throat and the head. A little bit of tapas, working to clear up also the dense energies into the lower chakras, breathing into the chest. Just a few more breaths, strong through the legs, concentration into the heart space. Moving your attention up to the throat as you breathe in and out. Squeeze your block. Inhale up to standing. Exhale, lower the arms. Pause. Lift from the crown of the head. Focusing constantly the attention towards the upward movement of awareness. Release your block to the side, to the front of the mat. Step your left leg back, turn to the left side, and get your feet a little bit wider, to a little bit wider stance. Turn your right toes to the front of the mat, left toes in. Bend your front knee to a square. Inhale to raise the arms parallel to the floor. Exhale, ground the hips, relax the shoulders. Inhale, reach forward with your arm and your torso, and as you exhale, right elbow to right knee, roll the upper arm to the front, up and over. Parsva Konasana. On the next inhalation, come back to center, straighten the front leg, arms parallel to the floor. As you exhale, come back into the shape. Inhale up, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend the front knee, elbow to knee, extend the upper arm. One more, inhale up. All the way into the chest, exhale into your side angle pose. Ground through the feet, settle into the posture. On your next exhalation, lower the upper arm close to the hips. And as you inhale, bring the arm back up. Hold for a second. Concentrate the mind into the throat. And exhale, lower the arm one more time. Inhale, arm up. Holding the breath on the top of the inhale. Mind in the throat. Exhale, arm down. Inhale, arm up. Hold the breath, attention to the throat, holding the air into the chest. And exhale here, staying in the posture. Pure breathing, so breathing into the chest, in and out. And with each exhalation, lift the pelvic floor. So deep inhalations into the chest area. As you exhale, release all the air and slight lift of the pelvic floor, bringing this sense of grounding, working with clearing the lower chakras, lower energies. A few more breaths, focusing on the respiratory movements and the lift of the pelvis, of the pelvic floor, sorry. Strong through the legs. Turn your head to face down. Inhale, come back to the center. Turn your right toes in, release the arms, reach tall through the crown of the head. Turn your left toes to the left, right toes in, bend your left knee to a square. Inhale, arms parallel with the floor. Exhale, shoulders down, sink the hips a little bit more. Try to not go so much over with the front knee over the toes. Next inhalation, reach forward with your torso without changing the legs. Exhale, left elbow to left knee, roll the right arm to the front, up and over. Adjust here, press through the feet. Next inhalation, come back to the center, straighten the leg, arms parallel. Exhale, bend the front knee, elbow to knee. Inhale up, legs straight, fingers reaching to the sides. Exhale, bend the knee into side angle, maybe looking over the top armpit, sorry. Inhale, back to center. And exhale, back into the pose. Take one breath to adjust, pressing down through the root of the left big toe, outer edge of the back foot. Next exhalation, lower the top arm down. Inhale, bring it up. Hold the breath, mind into the throat. And exhale down with the arm down again. A few more. Inhale up. Slight hold of the in-breath, attention to the throat area. Exhale with your arm down. Inhale one more time, raise the arm up. Slight hold of the breath. And exhale down. Last one. Inhale, slowly raise the arm back up, biceps by the ear. Hold, mind in the throat. And on your next exhalation, exhale into the pose and hold here just for a few breaths. Each inhalation, feel the whole length of the chest. On the exhalation, slight lift of the pelvic floor, Mula Bandha. Feeling that lift from the pelvic floor all the way to the top of the head. Drawing attention inwards, stabilizing the posture, using the strength of the legs to sustain, strong foundation. Clearing up the dense energies that are located in the abdomen and pelvic area. Turn your head to face the floor. Inhale, push with your feet, come back to the center, straighten the leg, turn the left toes in, release the arms. Grow tall from the crown of the head, feeling this ascending energy of Udana moving up, maybe a slight lift of the pelvic floor. And release on the next exhalation. Amazing. So heel toe your feet, narrowing your stance a little bit. Maybe you want to have your blocks close to you for this one. We're going to work a little bit with Uddiyana Bandha, so activating this lock, this energetic lock in the body to help the energy moving up. So hands to your hips, tiny bend on the knees. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head. And as you exhale, fold forward. Bring your hands to the floor or to your blocks. Whatever you need to be able to keep the length of the spine. The toes are slightly in, outer edge of the feet, parallel to the edges of the mat. So we do this one time and then some repetitions together. So just to have a sense, let's work together as I'll talk you through. Inhale, come to a halfway lift, flat spine, chin slightly to the chest, long back of the neck. Exhale, bend the elbows, fold forward, keep the length of the neck, and hold the exhalation on the bottom. Come back, lift back to a straight spine, pull the navel back and up, lift the pelvic floor, tucking the chin, Uddiyana Bandha, all three bandhas working, and hold. Relax the belly, stay on the half lift, inhale here, and exhale to fold. So this is the activation of Uddiyana Bandha with the hold of the breath on the exhalation. After the exhalation, we're going to do 3 more of this one together. Here we go. Inhale, halfway lift, feeling the chest, long spine. Exhale, bend the elbows and fold. Take all the air out. Hold. Lift back to halfway lift, navel back and up, Uddiyana Bandha, lifting the pelvic floor, locking the throat, Mula Bandha and Jalandhara Bandha, holding on the half lift, maybe trying to hold a little bit longer. Relax the belly, inhale on the half lift, and exhale to fold and release all the air on the exhalation. We keep moving from here, so holding the breath, navel back and up, extend back into your halfway lift, accentuating Uddiyana Bandha, lift the pelvic floor, lock the chin. Hold as long as it's possible for you without stressing the system. Relax the belly, inhale, lengthen the spine, keep the length, and exhale, bend the elbows, fold, last round. On the end of the out breath, hold, navel back and up, extend back to the halfway lift, lift the pelvic floor, lock the chin. 3 bandhas working. Feeling this ascension of the energy up through the central channel. Exhale. Release the belly inhale, release the belly here. And exhale to fold forward. Taking a few breaths and feeling into the effects of the work and moving your hands or your blocks to be aligned with your feet. Fingers pointing forward, elbows pointing back. Trying to get a 90-degree angle in the bend of the elbows. Shoulders away from the ears. Slight internal rotation of the upper thighs so you allow the pelvis to fold forward and get a little bit more length into the spine. Bring your breath to the belly, abdominal breathing for a few seconds, balancing the energies. So whenever we're doing this work of bringing this energy up and ascending, there can be a lot of things that come up to the surface. Maybe emotions, some irritation, frustration, anger, sadness. Our work here is to remain the loving, silent witness of all of this, welcoming everything to be seen, to be acknowledged, and eventually to be transformed. So take a moment to observe and feel.
Breathing in and out through the belly, calming down the mind, grounding the mind, giving us that strength to observe anything that it's arising. Walk with your hands forward. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, deepen the bend on the knees, hands to the hips, flat spine. Inhale to press yourself up to an upright position. Exhale, release the arms to the sides, pause. Sensing this energy of Udana Vayu moving down at the same time as you reach with the crown of the head up, and feel the opposite movement of Udana moving up. Paying attention. Amazing. Stepping to the front of your mat, take your blocks with you. Feet hip width, and step your left leg back. Both toes pointing forward, feet hip width, right hand to the sacrum, palm facing out. Inhale, raise the left arm up, biceps by the ears. Exhale here to ground and adjust. So right hip moving back, left hip moving slightly forward, scissoring the legs and squaring the hips to the front. Taking a big breath in, lengthening. Exhale, fold, hinging from the hips, flat spine, leading from the thumbs, all the way down. Keeping biceps by the ears, strong through the legs. Inhale to come all the way up. Continue exhaling and folding. We're going to include the mantra. Again, I'm going to chant on the inhalation and you repeat on the exhalation. So inhale up. Om Bhur Suvaha. Exhale down. Om Bhur Suvaha. Inhale up. Tat Savitur Varenyam. Exhale. Tat Savitur Varenyam. Inhale. Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi. Exhale mantra. Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi. Inhale up. Dio Yona Prachodayate. Exhale mantra. Dio Yona Prachodayate. Inhale, bringing both hands to the floor, coming to a halfway lift. On the exhalation, left hand to the floor or to a block and twist to the right side, so right palm facing up, going into revolved Trikonasana. Using all pose categories to prepare for the inversions. So adding in a little bit of twisting to prepare not only the physical body but the pranic body as well. Moving and tapping into all the vayus, adjusting, accommodating for the ascending work of energy with Udana. Send your right hip back, left hip forward. Press through the front big toe. Fingers, right fingers pointing up. If it's okay, if not, maybe you can bring that hand to the hip. Just listening to what's possible for your body. Few more breaths. Breathing in through the belly. Feeling the belly expanding towards the right upper thigh. Activating this abdominal area. Turn your head to face down. Inhale both hands to the floor. Come into a halfway lift. Lengthen the spine. Keep the length. Exhale, fold over the front leg. Parsvottanasana. Pressing both feet onto the floor, just like if you wanted to reap the center of the mat. Squaring the hips. Bring your chin slightly to the chest, long back of the neck. Inhale to a halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, bend the front knee, slightly hands to the hips with a straight spine. Inhale to come back up and step to the front of the mat. Release the arms. Grow taller from the crown of the head. Step with the right leg back, toes pointing forward. Square the hips, left hand to the sacrum, palm facing out. Inhale, right arm up, biceps by the ear. Exhale to ground and adjust. Left hip back, right hip forward. Inhale to lengthen here. Exhale to fold, hinging from the hips. Taking a few breaths for free, preparing for the work with the mantra. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, fold, preparing to add the mantra. I'll chant on the inhale and you chant vocally on your exhalation. Inhale up. Om Bhurvubhuvah Suvah. Exhale mantra. Om Bhurvubhuvah Suvah. Inhale up. Tat Savitur Varenyam. Exhale mantra. Tat Savitur Varenyam. Inhale. Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi. Exhale mantra. Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi. Inhale. Dio Yona Prachodayate. Exhale mantra. Dio Yona Prachodayate. Inhale both hands to the floor, halfway lift, flat spine. Right hand onto the floor, exhale to twist to the left, extending the left arm up. Slight external rotation of the shoulders, press through the front big toe. Square the hips, breathe through the belly. If there's a little shaking, try to focus on the breath and bring the body back to stillness. Long, conscious inhalations and exhalations. Slight external rotation of the front thigh and a slight internal rotation of the back thigh. Try to find the softness into the pose, breathing in and out through the belly. Calm and steady. Turn your head to face the floor. Inhale to untwist, both hands into the ground, halfway lift, flatten the spine. Exhale to fold over the front leg. Keep the length of the spine, preserving the alignment of Sushumna central energy channel. Still grounded through the feet. Belly breathing. Inhale, come to halfway lift. Exhale, bend the front knee, hands to hips, flat spine. Inhale to bring yourself up and step forward, back to the front. Exhale, arms to the sides, reaching up through the crown of the head and grounding down through the feet. Keep your feet hip width or together. We're just gonna quickly transition, but do a little bit of activation of the body. So inhale, arms out and up. Come to your toes, lifting your heels off the floor. Strong through the feet and reaching up with the fingertips and the crown of the head. Start to bend your knees, hugging the knees in so they're not opening to the sides, and bringing your buttocks towards your heels, slowing down to sit on your heels slowly. Once you come close to the heels, extend your fingers forward, your arms parallel with the floor, and sit on the floor, balancing on your feet using the arms. Come to lay on your back, setting up for Setu Bandha, bridge pose. Feet hip width, soles of the feet onto the floor, palms facing down, arms extended alongside the body, reaching your heels close to your fingertips. Inhale, lifting the hips and the arms up above the head. Press through the inner edge of your feet to allow the hips to move a little bit higher, active quadriceps. Exhale, lower the arms down. We're gonna include the mantra here, but this time you're gonna chant silently on your mind. I'm gonna chant on the inhalation, and you can silently chant the mantra on the exhalation. So here we go. Inhale, hips and arms up. Om Bhur-Bhuvah Suvah. Exhale, silent mantra. Om Bhur-Bhuvah Suvah. Inhale up. Tat Savitur Varenyam. Exhale, silent mantra. Tat Savitur Varenyam. Inhale up. Vargo Devasya Dhimahi. Exhale, silent mantra. Vargo Devasya Dhimahi. Inhale. Diyo Yona Prachodayate. Exhale, silent mantra. Diyo Yona Prachodayate. Inhale, lift the hips. Pressing through the inner edge of the feet, interlace your fingers under the body if it's possible, and hug the shoulders in. Strong through the legs, creating space in the spine as you lift the hips a little higher. So we're going to inhale here. I'm going to chant the mantra on the inhalation. And you silently chant the mantra on the hold of the in-breath. So we go together. Breathing in. Om Bhur-Bhuvah Suvah. Hold the breath, silent mantra. Om Bhur-Bhuvah Suvah. Exhale. Breathing in. Tat Savitur Varenyam. Hold the breath, silent mantra. Tat Savitur Varenyam. Exhale. In. Vargo Devasya Dhimahi. Hold, silent mantra. Vargo devasya dhimahi. Exhale strong through the legs. Breathing in. Dio yona prachodayate. Hold the breath. Silent mantra. Dio yona prachodayate. As you exhale, release the arms to the sides. Bring the hips back to the floor. Pause. Attention to the throat. Resist the urge to move. And feel the sensations. Close your eyes and see or sense the energy gathering in the throat area. Hug your knees towards your chest into Apanasana, just for a few breaths, counterposing the back bend. And slowly extend your legs, coming into this Shavasana shape. Just for a few breaths as we move into the inversions part of the practice. So whenever we're coming into inversions, we want to be very calm, steady, and relaxed. So half a minute of Shavasana to help us center the energy. Keep the mind into the throat. Amazing. So feet to the floor or hug your knees, roll to your side and come to a tabletop position. So coming into Sirshasana, starting with Sirshasana preparation here. So actually maybe sit on your heels for a little bit. Make sure that you make a good choice. If Sirshasana is not in your practice, feel free to stay in the preparation. We're going to all start with the preparation together. So bring your elbows to the floor, as wide as your shoulders, and bring your fingers to hook around the elbows. So this is more or less the measurement that you want to have. If your mat is a little bit slippery, walk with your forearms slightly in and slide them out, so you get this into you get that slip of the forearms into the equation. Interlace your fingers here into a triangle, making your arms into a triangle. And this is the first option. So tuck your toes, send your hips up and back into this kind of downward facing dog shape, and push your head away from the floor. So you're sending the chest towards your feet, your ears aligned with the biceps. It's kind of this triangle shape of the of the downward dog with your forearms onto the floor. External rotation of the shoulders as you open the chest towards your feet, building up some strength on the upper body for the headstand. Option to stay here, or if you want to go into full expression of the posture, start to walk with your feet forward, stacking your hip above your head, bringing the top of the head to the floor, Bring your knees close to your body, or with legs extended, straighten the legs up to the sky. Top of the head touching the floor. And just like we do in mountain pose, try to extend the legs and extend the spine into this position. Slight tuck of the tailbone, just like if you're standing in mountain pose, but upside down. Your heels are reaching up to the sky. The weight of the body is mostly on the forearms, just 10% onto the head, but the head is pressing down. Breathing in and out through your belly, keeping it calm and steady, smooth breaths in and out. Still externally rotating the shoulders and activating the forearms against the floor. They're pressing down to sustain the position and protect your neck. Few more breaths. Focusing the mind into the throat area. Reaching up through the heels. Internalizing attention. Beautiful. On your next exhalation, slowly with your legs extended or bending the knees towards the chest, bring yourself down, feet down to the floor, knees to the floor, and come into Balasana Child's Pose. Option to bring your arms alongside the body. Take a few breaths here to bring the system back to balance, rest. Just a few more breaths. And slowly and mindfully, bring yourself up, press the floor, and come to lay on your back again. Giving some space for the body to feel and sense the energies. Another half a minute of Shavasana after inversion. Abdominal breathing. Focus on each inhalation and exhalation. Amazing. So bend your knees, feet to the floor. Palms are facing down, your arms extended alongside the body. So using this push of the arms against the floor, bring your knees towards your forehead and lift your hips off the floor. Hugging the shoulders slightly in, and we're coming into Viparita Karani, hugging the elbows in close to each other and placing the palm of the hands into the sacrum. Bringing the buttocks to sit into the basket of your hands and accommodating the hands here. So you can bring the weight of the pelvis. Extend the legs, and your feet should be more or less towards the direction of your forehead. So there's this diagonal line with the head. It's a little bit more weight towards your arms, but this way we can relieve the weight on the shoulders and give a little bit of space also in the neck area. So rather than shoulder stand, we do this Viparita Karani inversion to be able to hold this for longer. So make a few last adjustments here to sustain the posture. Finding a comfortable position. We stay here for a few more breaths, bringing a kriya to this posture, this traditional tantric kriya called Amritpan, drinking the nectar. So on your inhalation, bring your attention to the navel. Gather all those lower dense energies into the navel. And with the inhale, bring it all the way to the throat. Hold your breath there, cooling those energies, purifying those energies into the throat. And as you exhale, flush those energies through the head, pure, clean energies up through the head. Again, attention, mind to the navel. Gather the lower dense energies and inhale them to the throat. Visualize, see, hold the breath, sense this cooling, purifying of those energies into the throat, Vishuddhi chakra. And as you exhale, sense this pure, light energy flooding the head. Do that a few more rounds, using the internal senses to see, sense the lower dense energies moving up to Vishuddhi, throat chakra, the center of purity, the place where we purify all those energies to be able to take them up to the higher chakras. Just a few more rounds, inhaling from the navel to the throat. Hold the breath, cool it down, purify. And exhale to flush this pure energy through the head and the third eye. Beautiful. So coming down the way we came in, start to bend your knees, bring your knees towards your forehead, extend the arms back to the floor, use the strength of the arms to lower the way down, so lowering the hips back to the floor and slowly extending the legs. Arms to the sides, Shavasana. Drop the mind into the throat. And just feel the sensations into this area, throat area, center of purity, home of Udana. Beautiful. So we're going to do a little bit of work to release the neck. Bend your knees, roll to the side, and maybe you can just roll to your belly where you are. I'm going to change position to be able to show you guys a little bit better. So just rolling over to your belly. Forehead to the floor. Hands on your sacrum. Palms facing up. I'm going to work with a little bit of dynamic Shalabhasana here. So first inhale, lift the chest off the floor and sweep the right arm forward, right fingertips pointing forward. Lift the chest a little bit higher. And as you exhale, bring the right arm back, palm to the sacrum, right cheek to the floor, look to the left. Inhale, lift the chest, sweep the left arm forward this time. Grow tall, long back of the neck. Exhale, sweep the arm back, hand back to sacrum, look to the right side, left cheek to the mat. Next inhalation, inhale to lift the chest, straighten the right arm forward and lift the opposite leg, so left leg up. Exhale, lower the leg, arm back, down, right cheek to the mat. Other side, inhale, lift the chest, left arm forward, right leg up this time. Push through the pelvis, lift the chest. Exhale, lower the arm, lower the leg, left cheek to the mat, look to the right side. One more time, inhale up, right arm, left leg. Try to get a little bit more height with the chest. Exhale, lower both arm and leg down, right cheek to the mat. Inhale, lift the left arm, right leg. Exhale down, left cheek to the mat. Do that one more time each side in your own rhythm, lifting the chest, pressing down through the pubic bone, working with opposite arm and leg. Last one on the left side. Lifting up, feeling the chest, and exhaling. Left cheek to the floor. Take a few breaths. Turn the head to the other side. Breathing here. Bring your forehead to the floor. Extend your arms forward. Try to bring your feet together if this is possible, so your toes are touching. On your next inhalation, lift the whole shape of the floor. Chest, arms, feet. Squeeze the feet in if possible. On your next inhalation, bend your elbows into a cactus shape and lift the chest a little bit higher. Hold. Breathing in through the chest, feeling the chest area. Relaxing the back of the neck so you're looking down to the floor, slightly over the front of the mat. Strong through the back muscles. Trying to keep the length of the spine. Next exhalation. Forehead to the floor, arms alongside the body. Turn the head to one side. Take a few breaths to ground. Turn the head to the other side. Forehead to the ground, hands under your shoulders, and very slowly Press yourself up through tabletop, giving space for the lower back to accommodate as you go all the way into Balasana Child's Pose. Sit back on your heels. Just a few breaths. Balancing the energies with a slight forward fold. Inhale, come to your tabletop position. So we're gonna do a little bit of exercise here to have a sense of this converting of Udana Vayu into Udana. So converting this energy flow to move up towards the throat and the head. So let's take a inhale. So and then we do this through holding Mula Bandha on the inhalation. So let's see how we go with this. So inhale into tabletop. Exhale, sit on your heels into Balasana Child's Pose. Lift the pelvic floor, activate Mula Bandha. And as you inhale, coming back to tabletop and holding Mula Bandha for 2/3 of your inhalation. At the end, continue inhaling and release Mula Bandha all the way to tabletop. And exhale down, buttocks to heels, Balasana Child's Pose. A few more rounds. So lift the pelvic floor, Mula Bandha on the hold of the exhalation. Inhale with Mula Bandha for 2/3 of your inhalation back to tabletop. On the last third, release Mula Bandha. Continue inhale all the way to all fours. And exhale, buttocks to heels, sitting back into Balasana. Just a few more. Hold the breath out. Lift the pelvic floor, Mula Bandha. Coming up, inhaling, holding Mula Bandha for 2/3 of the inhalation. Slowly release, continue the end of inhale. And exhale, back to Balasana. Do that for a few more rounds. It's a very subtle practice. And try to notice the sensations on the release of Mula Bandha. So on your way up to tabletop, holding Mula Bandha for 2/3. And feel the sensations, feel what happens when you release this lock. Feeling this sort of kind of wavy movement inside. So this conversion of the downward force of Apana into this upward force of Udana. Just a few more, slow and focused. Taking all the air out on the exhalation, lift the pelvic floor and feel that lift all the way to the top of the head. Hold 2/3 of the inhale. Release, continue the end of the inhalation. And exhale down. Notice the sensations. Beautiful. We finish our last round, exhaling into tabletop position. Bring your legs to the side. Come to, actually, just sit on your heels where you are. I'm going to turn to face the camera. So a little bit of twisting and a little bit of work still with this area of the throat. So shift your hips to your right side. Place the top of the right foot on the sole of the left foot here. Sending the right hand back to the back of the body. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale to twist to the right, placing the tip of your left fingers under the right knee. So here's the trick here. You keep the spinal extension, so right shoulder pointing back, twisting to the right. Without changing the shape of the body, turn the head forward and bend your head to the left. So the left ear come closer to the left shoulder. Still pulling the right shoulder back, twisting the spine. Drop the weight of the head. Allow gravity to do the work here. So 2 actions. Twisting right with the spine and dropping the head to the left. Drop the attention into the throat, breathing in through the belly. Feeling the sensations in the throat area. Sending navel to spine with each exhalation, assisting with the maintenance of the spinal twist. Slowly straightening the head. Inhale to untwist back to center and sit back on your heels. Hands to the thighs, pause. Feel the throat. And shift your hips to the left side. Top of the left foot, pressing the sole of the right foot. Left hand back, facing the front. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, twist to the left, placing the right fingers under the left knee. Get the twist, navel to spine on the next exhalation. Twist a little bit more. Turn the head to the front, keeping the shape, and drop the right knee towards the right shoulder. Left shoulder still pointing backwards. Feel the stretch and the lengthening of the left side of the neck. Becoming effortless in the throat area. Mind in the throat. Breath all the way down to the belly. Shoulders away from the ears. Few more breaths. Slowly straighten the head. Inhale to untwist and sit back on your heels. Pause. Mind in the throat and feel both sides of the throat area. Amazing. And to finish up with forward fold, Paschimottanasana. Extend your legs to the front of the mat. Maybe you can grab your prop to elevate the hips slightly. Extend the legs forward. We're going to do a little bit of work here in Paschimottanasana, first with Gayatri mantra. So maybe you want to have the feet a little bit apart for this one. Press down through the sitting bones and through the heels, lengthen through the crown of the head. Dandasana, hands beside the hips, fingers pointing forward. Inhale, arms out and up, biceps by the ears. And exhale down to fold. I'm going to chant the mantra on the inhale and you chant it silently on the exhale. So on the next inhalation, come up. Om Bhurvubha Swaha. Exhale down, silent mantra. Om Bhurvubha Swaha. Inhale. Tat Savitur Varenyam. Exhale, silent mantra. Tat Savitur Varenyam. Inhale. Vargo Devasya Dhimahi. Exhale, silent. Vargo Devasya Dhimahi. In. Diyo Yona Prachodayate. Exhale, silent mantra. Diyo Yona Prachodayate. Inhale to reach your feet, your toes, or your shins. Exhale to ground into the posture. A little bit of work with Uddiyana before we finish the practice. So grabbing onto your feet or your shins or your toes. Inhale, come to a halfway lift. Lengthen the spine. Keep the length. Exhale to fold forward, hold the breath out, lift yourself back into the halfway lift, Uddiyana, navel back and up, lift the pelvic floor, lock the chin, Jalandhara Bandha, hold, bring the navel as high and back as you can. Relax the belly, inhale into the halfway lift, and exhale to fold forward, 2 more. Hold the breath out, Uddiyana, navel back and up. Come back to the halfway lift with the hold. Treta Bandha, Mula Bandha and Jalandhara Bandha activated. Try to hold a little bit longer. Lengthen the spine. Inhale, relax the belly here. And exhale to fold forward 1 more. Hold the out breath. Navel back and up, Uddiyana. Lift yourself back into the halfway lift. Pelvic floor active, chin to chest. Legs are active. Keep the shape. Focus on the locks. Feeling the energy moving up to the throat, using Jalandhara Bandha as this containing of the energy into the throat area. Next inhalation, relax the belly and stay into the halfway lift. Breathing in through the chest and exhale to fold. Holding the forward fold. Maybe you find your strap or whatever you feel necessary to keep the posture for a few breaths. Toes are flexed, kneecaps are active. Internal rotation of the upper thighs. Bringing navel towards the belly. Breathing in and out through the belly, just like if you wanted to push the belly against the upper thighs with each inhalation. Feel the sensations. Noticing what comes up after this active work with Uddiyana. Giving yourself some space to feel. Flat spine, long back of the neck, so we clear the pathway of Sushumna for Udana to move up. Keep on pressing the belly towards the upper thighs with the inhale. And try to keep an effortless state in the posture, bringing the mind into this meditative state, completely internalized, full attention into the breath. Exhale, straighten the arms forward, flat back. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release the arms to the sides or to your thighs. Pause. Few breaths in and out. Receive the posture, lengthening through the crown of the head, following the ascension of Udana. And slowly and mindfully find your way into your Shavasana, laying flat on your back. Allowing your feet to fall to the sides, grounding the shoulders down. Some final adjustments in the body to relax. Just a little bit of conscious breathing before we fully relax into Shavasana. So with each inhalation, bringing prana and the breath all the way up to the crown of the head. And with each exhalation, sense prana descending, moving down from the crown of the head to the tip of the toes. A smooth flow of prana and breath. Inhaling from the toes up to the crown of the head. Exhaling it down from crown of the head back to the toes. Do that for a few more rounds. And slowly let go of the conscious breathing and rest in awareness.
Breathe awareness and attention to your hands and feet, allowing some small movements to arise in those parts. Stretching the arms, the legs, the full body. Bend your knees towards your chest, roll to the side, give yourself a moment and a couple of breaths here to arrive in the body again. And press the floor, lifting yourself up into your seated position. So, working with pranayama and kriya meditation on Udana Vayu, settle yourself into your seat, accommodating the hips into your blocks, cross-legged or sitting on your heels, however it's more comfortable for you. Close the eyes, feel the sitting bones grounding down and the crown of the head lifting towards the sky. To prepare this pranic field for the Kriya meditation, we start with a little bit of work with pranadharana. So start to focus the attention into the breath through the nostrils. And start to see and sense two streams of breath coming in through each nostril. So two independent streams flowing into each nostril with the inhalation and converting to the same point in the mid-eyebrow, center of the eyebrow, or mid-brain, whichever point is more accessible for you to feel. So with each inhalation you see, sense prana, breath, moving in through those two streams of breath into each nostril, forming this triangle shape and meeting each other into the space between the eyebrow or midbrain. As you exhale, sense those two streams coming out through each nostril and sensing it below the nostrils as they come out. Continue with this visualization of the breath coming in, two streams, both nostrils, gathering into the mid-eyebrow point, third eye, Ajna chakra. In a continuous flow of the breath with each exhalation, sense prana and the breath moving out through those streams into the outside of the nose. Keep on working with this visualization for a few more rounds, focusing on sensing the qualities of the breath on the way in, the intensity, temperature, noticing the cool air that runs in through the nostrils with each inhalation, and feeling the warmth of the air that comes out with each exhalation. Sensing those two streams of breath meeting each other in the space between the eyebrows or midbrain. Feeling the sensations of the air on the entrance of the nostrils as you breathe in and out. Noticing where you feel the temperature. And not only sensing the movement of the breath, but sensing also the vibrational aspect. Every time those streams meet into the eyebrow center, you can maybe feel the pulse of that energy into the third eye, vibrating point of energy. The yogis call it the awakening of the third eye. When we start to sense this pulse, this vibration, awakening towards higher senses, towards higher states of awareness. Take a moment to feel. As the sensitivity to prana starts to grow, we can feel this pulsation more and more intense, more and more enlivened in the mid-eyebrow or midbrain. Just notice where you feel it. You can even feel a little sensation of tingling. As a result of the vibration. Maybe you see some colors. Just observe and witness. Breathing in through both streams, meeting in the eyebrow center, third eye, and breathing out from this point to the outside of the nostrils. Awakening the sensitivity to prana, accessing the pranic realms. Keeping the attention into that luminous point of pulsating vibration in the third eye, and bringing it down to the center of the throat. Bring your mind to the throat. And on your inhalation, open your mouth slightly and gently inhale through the mouth with with a gentle sound. Hold the breath, hold prana into the throat, purifying, cleansing. And as you exhale, chanting a gentle mantra, Om. Om. Inhale through the mouth. Hold prana and attention into the throat. And gentle exhalation with Om. Om. Focusing on feeling the vibrations in the throat area, vibrations of Om. Few more rounds, inhale through the mouth. Hold the breath. Exhale, Om. Om. Continue for a few more minutes. Allowing the vibration to expand out through the universe with the Om. Gathering the energy into the throat, center of purification, ascension to the higher chakras, pranic realm, and exhale through Om. Om. Release the inhalations through the mouth in the mantra. Focusing your mind in that luminous point of the throat. From this point, see and sense the dark blue lotus unfolding from the throat area. Beautiful, shiny, dark blue lotus opening from the throat. Keep your attention into the lotus. Seeing and sensing it unfold and blossom from the center of the throat. Keep your attention into that space. You can bring the mantra Om to unfold from that dark blue lotus. Concentrating your mind into the mantra. Or maybe even bringing the Gayatri mantra to unfold from that space. Sensing the vibrational qualities of the mantra. From the throat out to the space. Feel free to continue the meditation with the mantra. And we close the practice by bringing the hands together into the heart space. Bowing the chin to the chest, honoring yourself for your practice. Thank you. Namaste.